All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostle of great millstone, our teachers, and salutation to the icon, the teaching the truth of the folk on the earth and true in the city, risking their life week in, week out to do so, man. So this is another lesson through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, yahawashi. I hope it be edified. Basically, it's going to build yourself up, Akim. And it came about this lesson because, hey, when you in this truth, sometimes you get stumbling blocks. Sometimes Satan come mess with you. Sometimes you get plagued in your mind. But you got to build yourself up through the scriptures, man, so that you can conquer these things, man. And also just build yourself up, period. Because, hey, when a man come up and answer you a question or you anything, man, you got to be able to get that man an answer, man. Let's get that. This First Peter. It's First Peter 2 and 5. It say, ye also as lively stones are built up a spiritual house, a holy priesthood, to offer a spiritual sacrifice acceptable to Yahweh, to Yahawashi. And this, what you have to do, you got to build up your spiritual house so that you can be acceptable to the Most High. And we a royal priesthood, man. I was looking for that precept, Salakia. It say that we ought to answer every man. So when a man come up with a question, you have to know how to answer him, man. You have to have a precept upon precept, line upon line, man, so that man or that person basically can get edified, man, because it's all edification to the body, man. We are here to build up the elect. And the only way you're going to build up the elect is if you built up through the Spirit, man. That's why the scripture tell you in Revelations. This Revelation 1 and 3. It say, blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of his of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. So guess what? We are blessed to have the understanding of these prophecies, man. And the more and more you get built up in the scriptures, the more and more you have to read and get that understanding, man. Because, hey, it's not just this truth is refreshing, man. It say out of his belly shall flow living water, man. So you being refreshed through the spirit Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahawashi every time you read these scriptures. That's why the spirit in Chicago camp basically was the start from the beginning. Read your role again, man. Because guess what? You get more knowledge, you get more understanding when you read the scriptures or read the whole roll again and again and again. Because it's always a layer. It's always understanding of things that you miss. Hey, this is a heavy book. So we go to the next precept. This this 2 Timothy 2 and 15. It say, study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh. Hey, so we gotta study. We gotta read. Hey, hold this precept real quick and get this precept. This Acts 17 and 11. It say, there were more noble than those in Thessalonica, and that they received the word with already a mind, and searched the scriptures daily whether those things were so. So that's the spirit that we supposed to be coming in, man. Hey, not the spirit that the apostle was wrong, but hey, look these things up on your own. Build yourself up, man. so that you won't be a mockingbird, man. And that's the whole point of this lesson. Hey, when you build yourself up in the spirit and you search these things out, hey, you give confirmation for yourself, and then you get bolder in the spirit. You get a face booster, man. And you got to get involved. We can't have idle hands, man. And being involved is what? Building yourself up through the spirit of yahawashi, man. That's the only way you're going to be able to know this and know that and teach the people, man. Because they pretty soon they're going to, the people is going to come out and want answers. Or why this, why that? What's going to happen this and what's going to happen that, man? And you set in that leadership position to lead them, man, and show them and guide them the right way to go, man. So go back into the 2 Timothy 2 and 15. Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth, man. Because that's the key. We have to rightly divide the word of truth. And you won't be ashamed. Because guess what? You know this. You looked at that word. You studied that precept. You went into that book. You broke it down right, man. So you won't be confounded, man. In that day. Or when someone comes step up to you, man. You'll be full in the spirit, yahawashi, confidence that this where it's at. You're going to bring out that precept. And you're going to chop that doctrine, man. Because Israel is in many doctrines, man. And they want to see everything but yahawashi, except the right way of yahawashi, man. So this 1 Thessalonians 4 and 11. I'm going to start at 10. It say, and indeed, you do it towards all the brethren. So I'm going to start at 9. But I, touching brotherly love, you need not that. I write it to you, for you yourself are taught of Yahweh to love one another, man. And so that was one of the great commandments, to love one another, love your brother like you love yourself, right? Verse 10. And indeed, you do it towards all the brethren, which are in all Thessalonica. But we beseech you, brethren, that ye increase more and more. How you going to increase more and more? By studying, building yourself up, man, through the power of yahawashi. Just get the foundation of certain things. Get into the history. Because guess what? History is very important. The Bible is basically a history book, man. To teach us these things and understand our heritage, man. Don't you want to know about this? Don't you want to know about that, man? Numbers, Exodus, or Kings. How we rule. How we fail as a king, man. Who we are. What make us this special people, man? The law. All these things is necessary that you can build yourself up, man, so you can teach that to the people. So the people can know why the Lord did this, or why the Lord going to do that, man. But the only way you do that by reading, by coming to class, going into certain things, the Greek, the Hebrew, the Assyrian, knowing these things, man. And first of all, I'm talking to myself more because I want to build up myself more, Akim. Through the spirit of yahawashi. I want to do more. The scripture tell you when you go to stray from the Most High, seek Him 10 times harder, man. So and we have to go hard, especially in the times that we living in. So build up your spiritual house, build up your temple, man. So that man, we gonna get that, so we can stand in the wiles of the devil. But 11. And that you study to be quiet and do your own business and to work with your own hands as we commanded you, that you might walk honestly towards them that are without, and that you might have lack of nothing, man. So that when a man come up, that you can be able to give him an answer to certain things, man. So that he won't be down in the spirit, or you can gainsay that person, man. And the angels rejoice when one has been converted. So don't you want to convert your brethren so we can get out this place? So the only way you do that by strengthening yourself, building yourself up. So when he had this question, or he got that question, hey, guess what? You can build that brother up so he won't fall, or you can convert that brother on this walk of yours, man. Because we always going through the walk, man. We all must peer into the judgment seat of the Most High, man. Whether it be on the right-hand side or the left-hand side, man. I want to build my spirit up to the right-hand side so that when the Lord judge me, that at least he can show me mercy. But if I'm always wicked on the left-hand side, man, hey, guess what? The Lord is automatically going to give me the greatest judgment that I deserve, man. This Ephesians 6 and 10, it say, following, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. So we got to be in a strong mind. The things that we going through, and we got to have a strong mind. And the only way you be a strong mind is what? Be found on that rock. We're going to get that next. Verse 11. Put on the whole armor of the Lord that you might be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And that's the trickery of the devil, man. Because guess what? Hey, Satan or your mind or these players or these thoughts come often, man. Often. Salakia, often, man. And it make you want to give up sometimes. It put thoughts in your man like you're not a man of the Lord. But if you built yourself up in the spirit, yahawashi, and guess what? You're going to conquer those things, man. You're not going to let the mind or this body or the things that people say trouble you, man. Or the devil. Verse 12. For we rest not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. So guess what? We coming against all the elites, all the things that they set up, man. And just on a spiritual note, man. Hey, Satan is just always working, man. Always trying to bring you down because that's his job to take you out the truth. But verse 13, wherefore take into you the whole armor of Yahweh that you might be able and withstand in the evil day right now. And having done all to stand. Stand therefore having your loins girded up about with truth and having on the breastplate of righteousness. And how do you do that? By building yourself up in this. They say the things was written for foretime, written for our learning. So those things was going to build us up. Look what works for our forefathers. How they got through. How Yahawashi got through, man. And his walk. That was tempering in all things. And we're going to be tempering through all things just like him. It say, verse 15, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith you stand, be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, man. Because guess what? When we going through this trial and tribulation, and then we built up in the spirit, hey, nothing is going to bring us down. We might have low points in the truth, but guess what? If you believe and have faith, the Lord is going to build you up, man. And the only way you get built up by what? Reading. By going into our forefathers, man. Hey, let's get that Job and then we'll get that Matthews, man. Because we got to seek out the ancient, man. This Job 8:8. For I require thee, for inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to search of their fathers, man. And that's the thing. We showed off our forefathers, how they made it, what they did, how the Lord counted them righteousness. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Israel, King David. All these people, man. Hey. And ultimately, Yahawashi, man. And matter of fact, we are ending with that, man. Because getting built up through the spirit, you got to be born on that good rock, man. So you won't be moved. This Matthew 7:24. Therefore, whatsoever hear the saying of mine and do them, meaning keep the law, keep the statutes, commandments, read, doing all these things to build up your spirit, I will liken him into a wise man which build his house upon a pound of rock. So if you're going to build upon your spirit, you build upon a Yahawashi. It say John the 1st chapter said Yahawashi is the word. So therefore, guess what? You have to read the word. Read this word. Get into it. Put yourself in these stories and these books, man. So when Esau come with these tricks, or Satan come with these tricks, we use the scriptures like Yahawashi did when he was tempted 40 days and 40 nights. Verse 25. And in the brain descended, and the flood came, and the wind blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not, for it was found upon a rock, meaning yahawashi, man. And everyone that hear those sayings mine and does them not shall be likened unto a foolish man will build his house upon the sand. Because guess what? The one that built upon the sand is not going to stand. It's going to fall. Verse 27, and the rain descended, and the flood came, and the wind blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it, man. Because guess what? If you don't have that spiritual discernment or that spiritual build up in your spirit, and you're not going to make it. Because there's so many things that can get you caught out. This Matthew 13, and we're going to end it with this, man. And 3, it say, he spared many things, saying unto them in a parable, saying, behold, a sower went forth and sowed. And when he sowed, some seed fell by the wayside, and the fowl came and devoured them up. And some fell upon stony place, where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness of earth. And when the sun was up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they wither away. And some people are gonna be like this, man. Some are gonna get caught in this world. Some are gonna get devoured. Some is gonna be taken away, man. Verse 7. And some fell upon thorns, and the thorns sprung up and choked them. But other fell unto a good ground and brought forth fruit, and some 100-fold, some 60-fold, and some 30-fold. Who ear had to hear, let them hear, man. So if you upon that good ground, you're gonna what? Build up your house, your spiritual house, man. Build yourself up through the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, that you won't fall, man. Hey, they say, be diligent, and if you do these things, you shall never fall, man. So if you're being diligent in the spirit, and you're not gonna fall through the power of the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, man. So I hope this lesson was edified, man. I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Wakakadash, that will honor the apostle and great millstone and teachers, and salutations to the Icon that's teaching the truth of the folk on the earth and Trinity City, man. Till that time, I want to say, Shalom.